What's happening? What's happening? Word. What's happening, everybody? What's happening to another edition of the State of Cannabis News Hour recap on CANiVISION Live. My name is Rico Lamitte, and I'm the founder of CANiVISION Global. We are a decentralized media broadcast organization. Every single morning, I actually go live on Clubhouse with State of Cannabis News Hour, Susan Sories, and make sure my mic is good. Yeah, Susan Sories and good friend Nicole West over there doing a great job making sure everybody stays informed in the entire cannabis community. And we cover some of the hottest topics in the entire industry. Today we actually had some really good topics come out from across the board. Mine was actually some good news for once. And my story, let me bring this up here. So at least from what I was able to pull from it. So Chris Rock narrates PBS film focused on cannabis and incarceration by Javier Hess over at Benzinga. All right, so a new video campaign from the Beehouse Justice Initiative launched Friday, July 9th across PBS stations. It focused on the injustice of cannabis incarceration. One second, y'all. Lost my feed on CANiVISION Global. Let me pop that back up. All right. Boom. We Gucci. All right, so Chris Rock narrates PBS film focused on cannabis and incarceration by Javier Hess and over at Benzinga. So a new video campaign from the Beehouse Justice Initiative launched on Friday, July 9th across PBS stations. So the video actually focused on, so the video was actually focused on just injustice, cannabis prosecution, and it was actually pretty good. So to give props where props are due, and it's bringing light to a lot of stuff that needs to be talked about. Everybody who knows me knows every time that I get a chance to talk about injustice in the system and how we have been done wrong as cannabis entrepreneurs, like over the years, it's just wrong. And as long as we are continuing to have people behind bars for the same plant that we are able to make money off of, it just ain't right. We got to get those people out of prison. We need to employ those people. And I actually argue like that the best use of social equity initiatives is actually to get those kingpins out and get them seats at the table. I'm talking about C-suite executive suites. So Beehouse Justice and Matador Content created a short film series called Cannabis and Incarceration. The first film in the series is called Spotlight on Last Prisoner Project. And this is narrated by Chris Rock and directed by Ezra Paik. So their stated mission at Beehouse Justice is to heal some of the harms caused by unequal enforcement of prohibition. And they're working towards a day where no one in America is incarcerated for cannabis possession. The first film in the series, Cannabis and Incarceration, spotlights the Last Prisoner Project because their work has been effective at highlighting the issue. Gregory Heyman, managing partner at Beehouse, told Benzinga, Chris Rock is one of the most important voices on justice in America, so it's very important that he participated in the series that Ezra Paik at Matador is directing. We look forward to sharing the upcoming films in this series. The Beehouse Justice Initiative was created with a stated mission to help some of the harms caused by disparate enforcement of cannabis prohibition. Cannabis arrests can preclude getting or keeping a job, living in public housing, or keeping a scholarship. These second order effects have disastrous impacts on individuals and communities. The initiative states that they focus on organizations that work to keep nonviolent offenders out of jail and to help the incarcerated as well as recently incarcerated to become more productive and restore hope to disparately impacted communities. So let's dig into the weeds here. Let me take this off right here. So there's a couple things going on, and we can talk about Last Prisoner Project. We can talk about frozen over here. Make sure you guys hear me okay? All right, cool. All right, so we can talk about Last Prisoner Project and their issues. We can talk about the Beehouse Justice Initiative as well. I'm gonna go deep into both of those. But it's really important that you know where your money is going and you know who you're working with here. I know that Last Prisoner Project, they actually ran into a few issues and they stumbled out of the blocks throughout the pandemic for a few reasons. Number one, a lot of people were already doing in our community, a lot of people were already doing what they said that they were doing. And a lot of different activist groups that were working with them just complained about them sitting in on meetings and just like collecting information from a lot of these initiatives and just copying what they're doing. And Steve D'Angelo and his team just put that out there because they were deep pocketed. My thoughts on it is, they lied on certain things when they first came out. That's just the facts. They did lie on a few things. They misrepresented the facts when it came to a particular gentleman. I was actually trying to bring this up really quickly before we went live. I'm having little issues with my iPad over here going live on CANiVISION Global. So they lied a little bit and they misrepresented, saying that they actually got a prisoner freed. And that wasn't the truth. He was free on a COVID work release, and they just misrepresented the facts right out the gate. This has been there's been a lot of issues of whitewashing justice. And I know this personally because I actually worked with a lot of the organizations prior to my company, Baker Technologies, before we went public. I actually worked with a lot of those initiatives on the street. When we won Technology of the Year at the California Cannabis Awards, instead of talking about our company going public and being a $500 million valuated company, I brought light to the streets, and I talked about anti-recidivism. I talked about how we suffer more than anybody else. The Maliks, the Shaniquas, the Jose's of the world, we're the ones getting locked up for a lot of the stuff that these same companies are going public for. These same companies are earning dollars hand over fist, and we need to fix a lot of that. I actually did bring some of these. Because Harborside and a lot of like larger MSOs were our clients at Baker Technologies. I brought these issues up with them, and at the time, for whatever reason, they did not support them. So there's a lot of initiatives out in Northern California that were doing exactly the same thing that Last Prisoner Project are doing. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of organizations down here in Southern California that are doing the same thing too. And I guarantee there's others across the nation. But as soon as they went public, they had to change a tune, and they started doing what they do, and they made a big noise about it because they had marketing dollars. So the pros and cons of that, let's talk about that. The pros are, you have dollars and you want to market that and you want to put out these initiatives, you want to shed light on these issues. I think that's the perfect use of your dollars, period. What I do not like about how they rolled out their initiatives is they just glossed over a lot of these initiatives and a lot of these people who were doing this great work for years before they even talked about it, before it was a tax write-off for them. So a lot of people were doing that work in the communities who have already put in those hard hours in these communities. They're just asked out, and you're just playing second fiddle to Last Prisoner Project because they got the money to do what they're doing. The positive side of that is that they're doing what they are, shedding light on these issues, and we need people like Chris Rock. We need people like Jay-Z. We need people with big names in the world to talk about these injustice problems. And they don't have the smaller businesses, the community organizations. They don't have that same magnetism that these large names do, and that's just facts. Why is Kim Kardashian a thing? We're not going to talk about Ray J, but she's a thing because she's popular, right? Why do we give money to a lot of these large organizations? Because they have the money to project what they're doing, whether it's a lie or not. So despite their problems at the beginning with Andrew and Steve D'Angelo over there at Last Prisoner Project, they are bringing light to a lot of the issues that we have been complaining about as a cannabis community from the beginning. And I think that should be applauded. So their method of execution in the beginning, it is what it is. And there was also a lot of issues with how they were handling their money. So those were actually put out on Front Street. And a lot of the positive stuff that they've been doing, I guess, has drowned out a lot of that negative media narrative, because that's what happens when you have a lot of money. So I would recommend, if you're going to be working with a lot of these organizations, if you have money to work with these organizations, check out the local ones first. There's probably lesser known organizations within your own community that need the money more than Last Prisoner Project. So the good thing with the Last Prisoner Project is they have that clout, and they have that they've got that muscle to actually get the biggest names in the world in entertainment, in sports, to back them on what they're doing. And we all win when people are actually talking about cannabis injustice, when people are actually buzzing about injustice in the community. That's a win for everybody. And I think that we cannot gloss over that, and we have to applaud them for getting out that messaging. However, personally, this is me personally, I would always look at the local initiatives before I'm going to be working with some of the bigger players in the game, because they don't need our money, period. They're going to be making money. They have different ways of making money. And the smaller organizations, the local ones, whether it's on a municipal level or it's on a state level, they need your support more than the big guys do. So that's just my personal stance on that. There's no disrespect to Last Prisoner Project and what they're doing. I think it's great that they're bringing a lot of eyes to the movement, and a lot of eyes on the injustices in the cannabis community, the war on drugs, and they're trying to get people out of prison. I just hope that they continue to be checked by the public, and people will continue to speak out if there's any misstatements going forward. We just got to keep these big guys in check. There's nothing wrong with growing as big as you want to grow in the industry. I hope that is everybody's goal, is to be as big as you want to be. But on the other side of that, the bigger that you get, the less checks and balances that you can control from a central standpoint. And if there's people on your team that are saying they're doing something they're not, that's something that we really, really do well in our industry, is we make sure that the greater community hears about that. All right, so a little background. I wanted to say a little background on the Beehouse Justice Initiatives, because I did a little bit of searching on them too. So 501c3 founded in 2019, and what they do is they make grants to organizations that work to keep nonviolent offenders out of jail and help the incarcerated and recently incarcerated and become more productive and restore hope to the disparately impacted communities. From their website, they said that more than half, obviously it's boilerplate shit that you can Google, but more than half of all drug arrests in the U.S. are for cannabis possession. And despite roughly equal usage rates, blacks are almost 4 times more likely than whites to be arrested. I have a little problem with the language used there, but I'm going to gloss over that myself. To execute its mission, Beehouse Justice Initiative actually works with Tiger Foundation. Tiger Foundation was established in 1989 by Julian H. Robertson Jr., chairman of Tiger Management, LLC, a hedge fund based in New York City. So though Tiger Management closed its funds in 2000, Tiger Foundation lives on through the active engagement of former Tiger employees and colleagues who have remained committed to the cause, and through their participation in current members of the Tiger management community. So a little more on that, because I did some digging on that shit too. I got some good info. All right, so of why they closed down in 2000 and what they're doing right now. So to identify social service organization grantees, Beehouse LLC bears administrative costs. So every dollar contributed to Beehouse Justice Initiative goes directly to the grantee organizations. Beehouse Justice produces the celebrity narrated short film series Cannabis and Incarceration. So Beehouse LLC is the investment manager of two funds that collectively own a majority interest in THC, and is also the investment manager of Beehouse Partners. Gregory P. Heyman is the sole managing member of Beehouse Manager LLC, which is the manager of Beehouse LLC. And they have ownership in my good friends over at found this shit this morning. So they have actually ownership in Lowell Farms too. So that's from public disclosure. So Beehouse LLC is the investment manager of two funds that collectively own a majority interest in THC, and they've teamed up with and made a major investment in 2021 in Lowell Farms, located out here in LA. Big ups to Lowell Farms over there. So they do have skin in the game for plant touching operations and operators, which I think is a good thing. However, the large organizations like that, like, why are they not looking at the small guys? It's a little bit more cronyism than I have a taste for personally, but it is what it is. They network with who they network with, and they're going to work with who they want to work with, and they want to work with Last Prisoner Project. So big ups to them for doing what they do, and I hope that these large organizations can work with the smaller guys because they've been doing it longer and they have more of a community reach than the ones with the megaphone and the microphone. So it looks like for the most part, like Tiger Foundation, it just is what it is. They actually went under, the hedge fund went under in 2000. And what I was able to find on that, they're actually the top 10 on Investopedia, the top 10 failures of any ever of any hedge fund. They're actually number 7 on the list there. In 2000, Julian Robertson's Tiger Management Fund failed despite raising $6 billion in assets, a value investor. So growth investors is usually you see growth investors fall from shit like that, but not so much on the value side. But value investor Robertson placed big bets on stocks through a strategy that involved buying what he believed to be the most promising stocks in the markets and short selling what he viewed as the worst stocks. Short selling, we bet those were naked bets. This strategy hit a brick wall during the bull market in technology, while Robertson shorted overpriced tech stocks that offered nothing but inflated price to earnings ratios and no sign of profits on the horizon. The greater fool theory prevailed and tech stocks continued to soar. So he bet big against technology. It worked out great for him. Tiger Management suffered massive losses, and a man once viewed as hedge fund royalty was unceremoniously dethroned. So maybe he can redeem his throne and redeem his name through the cannabis industry. Good luck with that. I hope so. I hope Tiger Management and Tiger Foundation reaches out to these small community operators in New York where they are based and help the little guys out. It's not always the biggest names and the ones with the biggest voices that need the biggest bucks. I know it's going to make a bigger splash when it comes to speaking about a lot of that stuff. But if we are going to continue to grow the community and you want to actually have clout within the greater cannabis fold, you want to reach out to the small initiatives and give them the love that they need as well. That's New York, that's Chicago, that's Detroit, that's LA, that's San Fran, Oakland. That's everybody across the board. Everybody needs capital, especially brown and black and brown operators on the social equity side. And initiatives like the Last Prisoner Project, they have great mission statements and all of that, but they also have deep pockets and they have crazy marketing budgets, and that's what Steve D'Angelo and Steve and Andrew had to answer to a lot of those questions earlier on in the year. So, any questions from anybody? I'm glad to answer those. Stuff like this, I think it's an overall positive. Yes, Stephanie. All right. So Chris Rock, what are my thoughts on Chris Rock? I think Chris Rock is a great spokesman for this initiative, period. He works with a lot of social justice initiatives and anti-recidivism organizations, and I think he's a great choice for them for this initiative. So big ups for them using Chris Rock as a mouthpiece for this, and connecting with PBS as well. I know PBS got a lot of negative pushback from a lot of our conservative friends of the aisle, but I think PBS is the perfect way to get out this whole initiative that they have. And if you guys get a chance, please check out the video. It is aptly 4 minutes and 20 seconds, and it's a pretty good video. I think Chris is a good spokesman for that. All right, so what up, Big Flowers? What up again? What up, Nessa? CANiVISION Canapreneur Gang in the house. Chicago Wing Authority, what's happening? Big Shim Dog, what's popping, brother? Northwestern Gang in the house. Stone Slade, my man, you my hero. Over at Sensi Mag. Veronica in the house. Luma Cal. My people from NorCal. I gotta go back up there, man. I gotta check out your studio too. What up, Aaron from my AR Massage Services? That's my guy, my body guy over there. Hood Strains in the building. Big up to Addie Lanita, Lizzie 420, Chelsea Motor. What's happening, Chelsea? What's happening? Chris Jenkins, Malcolm Marvin, and everybody else too. Yes. All right. The women's gear. Good question. So the women's gear. Hit up Maison Tight. That's MAISONTIET on Instagram. That's our partner on the hemp clothing. So the shirt that you see right here, this is not for sale. This is actually one of my samples that I had before everybody else, and I actually got this screen printed myself. So it's like kind of fading and everything. So there's gonna be a collector's item one day, maybe NFT this bitch. So Maison Tight, that's our partner, my man Ryan over there. He's the mad scientist behind everything we do. It's 55% hemp, 45% organic cotton. We do have a lot of gear that's still available online that you can order. However, we are running out of the hoodies. This tee is not available. Let Ryan over there, let Maison Tight know what you guys want. We are actually taking requests because we have a couple of patents that we're working with, so nobody can actually produce a lot of the stuff that we're doing. We want to know what you guys want. We have a lot of requests from women. We want some more women's clothing, some tanks, some more tees, and we heard you guys. You guys want zipper hoodies, so we're gonna come out. We have some plans to explore the zipper hoodie gang, because I know that the hoodie where you actually pull over your head, it fucks up women's hair. So we're learning. So all right. So so in closing today, today I had to go at 5 o'clock. We're always going to be doing these in the afternoon. If you guys have not checked out State of Cannabis News Hour, please do so. So Susan Soares from State of Cannabis has been doing her thing. We have a great crew over there. Thought leaders across the board in the entire industry. What we do is we read the biggest news headlines of the last 48 hours, and we give our take on them, and we debate stuff, and we actually have 3 minutes to talk about our stories, and we give a minute and 20 seconds for the audience to respond as well. We're always looking for new people to debate with us, to give your take on that, because like we believe on CannaVision Global, this is one network, many voices. The cannabis industry is a communal place, and there's people who look like me, people who look like you, black, white, brown, in between, and it's a communal plant. We bring everybody together. You have three sides of the cannabis industry. You have wellness, business, and lifestyle community, and we need all three legs of that stool to stay in the air. And if we don't, we're all going to get taken over by big corporate entities and the government. Nobody fucking wants that. Government weed is trash. So what up, Maison Tight? My man Ryan is in the motherfucking building. And we actually had a question about women's attire. We need women's gear, man. So I don't know if you want to hop on right now or not. If you want to, just let me know. I'll pop you on the screen. But if not, we can actually plan that. We can talk a little bit about the next run, what we got planned for Q3, Q4. But we will have some women's attire coming soon. We have heard the requests. We're gonna get a lot more stuff out. And that was actually a big surprise to me, to see all of the love from the women in the cannabis community. They wanted more gear from us. I thought we were gonna get more shit from the fellas, but it is, and we listen, and we're actually going to be coming out with some good shit. So hit up Maison Tight. So MAISONTIET. Let them know. Let my man know exactly what you guys want from us. We're cooking up a lot of good shit. We have a couple of big collaborations that we're going to be releasing in the next few months. So stay tuned on that, and just keep on pushing us back. You know, iron sharpens iron, and we're always looking for that critique. So every single day, I won't be on at the same time every day, you know, because as you guys hear, I am a dope dad first. My little girl is in the background. But every afternoon, I try to go deeper on the stories that we cover on the State of Cannabis News hour. And I'm always going to be critical of everything that's going on in the industry, because that's what we need. And I hope you guys are critical of me, all the good. I want it, the good, the bad, and the ugly, because it keeps me sharp, and it helps me stay in touch with reality. Don't give me a Kanye head. My head's already big enough. So anything else, I'm going to pop off here. I try not to go past 15, 20 minutes every day, because there's a lot of dead air on here. Narcan. What's happening, Narcan? So Narcan just asked, what is up with Fred and the Farside Report? So Farside Report, so this Saturday, we are not going to be doing the Farside Report. So Fred just had a litter of puppies. He had 6 puppies. Unfortunately, one of them passed last night. So he has a Bernie Doodles out there in the Inland Empire. So give some love to Fred Smith, my partner. I believe him on he is Fred Smith on Instagram, as well as on Facebook. He's a master marketer, ex-Marine, great stories, and he's my big brother. So show him some love. I know his family's going through it a little bit right now. They lost one of their puppies, but if you guys are in the market for Bernie Doodles, they do have 5 left, and they're taking applications for that, because I guess it's one of the most sought after puppies. Where I'm from, we just do pit bulls and mutts, but different folks, different strokes. All right, so what up? I am Deadeye. What's happening? Make sure you guys check us out, www.CANiVISION.com. Join our email with the news every single day. We have great commentary from everybody else too. Addie Lamitte, join her for a deep dive on her cannabis policy weekly in Clubhouse every Thursday at 8 p.m. Central. Awesome. So 6 p.m. So that's in 30 minutes. Much love on that. I won't be able to do that myself. But please make sure you guys check out Addie.Lanita. Hey, Lanita, please DM us so we can actually show you some love. I have no idea what's going on with my iPad over here, but make sure you guys DM us, DM CANiVISION.global, and so we can actually show you some love. We love to connect with the community. I have no idea where you are. It's in Central Time, but we would love to amplify your message. That's what we do here at CANiVISION. It is one network, many voices. Step into the cipher of life. That's what we do. We make sure that we amplify the voices that need amplification. So if you have initiatives, you have parties, events you guys got throwing, you guys want to just get on the mic and say what's going on in your communities, that's exactly what we do at CANiVISION. We're going to keep on speaking our truths as a cannabis community. It is not my job to give you guys a bunch of opinion, even though you guys get a lot from me. It's not my job to do that, and I always ask for people to just shoot me the fuck down if I'm wrong about anything, because that's what makes us all stronger. Hop in that site for smoke a little weed and talk about motherfucking issues. All right, so in Chicago, Chi-Town, much love. So little background on me. Chi-Town. What part of Chicago are you, Addie Lanita? Before I hop off here, I'll show you this real quick, guys. Make sure I don't show y'all no ass crack over here. Oh. I gotta give a little love. I still got my helmet's all dusty right now. My mirror tent football helmet. They took off my stickers. I'm pissed at that. I grabbed a couple more though. Back in the day. So Chi-Town, stand up. Chi-Town, stand up. I'm trying to make it out to Chi-Town. If you guys are in Chicago, check out CANiVISION Midwest. The ladies from Hush are doing their thing out there, and I'm hoping to get back out to Chicago maybe in August if I can. It just all depends on baby daddy duty and all that shit. North side suburbs. Yes. Shout out to the south side, shout out to the west side. Strong Chicago roots. That is where my heart is. So I'm very glad to see Chicago is tuned in. Hush Chicago, please check them out. They're doing great things in the cannabis community, and they are our between them in Chicago, and Chris Jackson representing out in Michigan. CANiVISION Midwest is popping. So you guys see my smile got that much bigger when we started talking about Chicago. I love Chicago. I love my Chicago people. And anytime I can connect with them, awesome. But fuck winter. That's why I moved out to LA. All right. Anything else before we hop off? Any more initiatives? All right. Love you guys. Much love. And remember, when life gives you no place else to turn, you just got to turn up, baby. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll try to get some stuff out early tomorrow because it is Friday, which is my Monday. So we try to get out the stories earlier and let you guys know when I'm going to be live tomorrow afternoon. It is a moving target there because I got to make sure that baby's taken care of first and business taken care of second. And then I come back and talk some shit. All right. Much love. See you guys later. And turn the fuck. Peace.